back with a little Benchmade today, and I'll be honest, I don't 100% know what model it is. I'm sure Benchmade guys will know right away. I don't. Not huge on Benchmades. Don't know why. Just, I've had a couple of them. They never really tickle me. The good thing is the lock on this one does work. Always good to see that it's not failed, and it does open pretty well. It's still decently sharp. It's trying to be sharp. It wants to be sharp. I don't think it'll cut, but it's sharpish. Got some work we need to do on the belt clip, which is really common. And let's see if I can show this. The tip is blunted.
Oh, I mean, what about that's what she said? Can we at least do that?
Apparently, soon after he got it, he dropped it, which happens to all of us, and it hit just perfectly where it doinked the tip. It's not bent, because I don't feel it. It's actually, it's a chip. If this will focus. You can see it's chipped. I don't think that's focusing worth a dang, but it's definitely got a chip taken out of it, which will be slightly interesting to attempt to correct. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'll do it.
Let's go save him. Oh, I want to go save him. Oh, please, 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 please.
Belt clip, not worried about. That's simple. That's easy. The chip, I'm going to have to get creative when I reprofile to attempt to bring it up and back. I should be able to do it. Might be more reprofiling than I'm anticipating, which usually is the case.
I'm not a smart man.
Overall, it's not in bad shape. I don't see a whole lot of inconsistencies to the bevel. I am slightly concerned because some Benchmades are, oh yeah, I guess you can really see it on this angle with the tip. I don't know if that'll, I think I'm wasting my time trying to show it because it's kind of a bugger. Some are convexed, some aren't. So I don't know which one this one is, but let's see how we do with the cut test. I am going to predict, even though it is relatively sharp, it's not going to cut, and if it does cut, it's going to cut ugly. It doesn't cut bad once you kind of initially saw into the material. So it's sharp, it's just not sharp enough to actually grab the paper and get its way in. Once you kind of force it into the paper, it's thin enough behind the edge, it actually cuts relatively well. But getting it to grab the paper is the issue. So, that's easy. I know a guy. He can get it done.
I'm kind of a big deal.
So let's get this thing clamped up and get it back to good. We're back. We got it clamped in here. And I'm going to go with optimistic that I'm going to be able to reprofile this and get that tip chip out. Tip chip. I kind of like it. So again, we're going with the red because A, it's Christmas time, and B, it does actually show up a lot nicer than the black. What do you know? Machinists actually know what they're talking about occasionally. Don't tell them I said that, though.
But here's something to pick your spirits up. It's real nice. I got it at Target. It's on sale.
When we do this with the red marker, what we're trying to do is see how evenly we remove material with a pass, and we use a very high grit stone to do it. I guess you can use a lower grit stone, but you'll see very much how unevenly it cuts, where this removes it relatively easily. All right, we're good enough. I'm going to guess that this is in the area of like 22 degrees. Because pretty much everybody does 20 to 22. So I'm hoping we should be roughly there. We're at 21. Let's just see how it goes. All right.
I think you suck.
I don't know if you guys can see this or not, but do you see how it's just taking material off in the middle? That there is a convex edge. So that away, grab our convex rod. Now the angle cube on a convex is kind of sort of comical. It gives me an idea more of how I keep things consistent as opposed to what the angle truly is on here. What I do is I just kind of move up and down to find the path of the blade that's removing well, because you're not going to get an accurate reading here. This is probably going to be something goofy. This says 24. And if I go here, that's going to be lower. That's going to be like 21. This is probably going to be a bit more of an accurate reading than down here.
Would you like to know more?
So I'm going to say I'm going to bump up just a hair. Yeah, we'll try this. Let's just see where this does. Okay, so we're better, but we're still too low. All right, so let's go. What I do is I'll write down the name and information for the knife and what angle I sharpened it at. So when it comes back, it's a relatively quick process for me to go, okay, so I have this knife from whomever, and it's sharpened at a 22-degree bevel. And I can instantly set to that, and it's a very quick process. Again, this is kind of more for me than it is the actual what the knife is being sharpened at.
You were droning on.
And that is still... That's still pretty. It's not bad. Where are we at here? What's this saying? That says 25. This is probably going to be like 22. 22 and a half. Let's go with. That is probably going to be about where I want it. But is it going to allow me to bring that back to life? That is going to be a substantial amount of grinding in this area. Got a nice fresh side on this side. Let's see how we do. It's gonna definitely be a serious reprofile job, but I think it's what I'm probably gonna have to do to attempt to get into this area that I need to. The reason why, sorry, I've been slacking on the tactical raptor claw and I've been getting grief about it. I'm gonna have to pull this material in to attempt to reestablish a point on it. It's just kind of what it is. So it's going to have to be a decent amount of material, especially up here, that gets removed. And as you can see, there's still fairly decent amount that we're not removing, so that's going to kind of play into it. It's the best thing to do for the knife. It's going to suck for my shoulder. So I think we're going to call it at 22.5 and say that's good. And now it is time to get to the endless symphony of camera.
I'm going to make you very unhappy.
I'm already unhappy.
You and I are going to have words. So stay tuned.
We don't want him around, he's around. When we want him, he's not around. I'm gonna get a beer.
We are reprofiled, and this one is going to earn my, I guess, 3 Advil award, and possibly 2 aspirin.
Seriously? The hell they make you out of? Bourbon and poor choices.
Because it took a little bit, but it's reprofiled, even burr both sides, bevels evened out front to back. Not 100% happy with how much we've got there, but we've got a lot of other stones to work through. I can probably get this better, I hope. The way it's chipped, I would have to work so much into this material to get a tip back, a really proper tip. I just don't know that I can do it. So I think it's going to be a compromise, and I'll do the best I can do. Well, we are completely reprofiled, and we have gone from a 50 grit to a 100 grit to a 140 to a 300 to a 600 to a 1500 diamond stone. Then we did a 4,000 kangaroo strop, 13,000 kangaroo strop, 60,000 kangaroo strop, and that's where I'm going to call it a day.
Kangaroo strop, kangaroo strop, kangaroo strop, kangaroo strop.
It's going to be shiny, but it's not going to be mirrored. I had to do way too much reprofiling on this to mirror it, so that's kind of going to be where it's going to stay. It'll look good. It'll be mirror-ish. Shiny. Right?
Shiny. Let's be bad guys.
Shiny. All right. I'm going to finish it up, give it a few more strops. Then I need to get the pocket clip taken off and tuned, and I may have to do a little bit of work on this tip because there was actually some damage in there where there's a crack. So that's going to be tough to film. I won't do it. I'll bring it back when I am doing the clip. Well, we are completely finished with this little Benchmade. I'm going to get the pocket clip off now, and I will try to, I guess that's a T6. I'm going to get the pocket clip readjusted, and then I'll tune the action a little bit. I don't think I'm going to take this one apart. I don't 100% know how the Benchmade assist works, so I'd rather not learn on someone else's knife. I'd rather learn on my own. Because if I'm going to make a oopsie, I'd really prefer it's not with someone else's stuff. Come on, get out of there. Yeah, that definitely need a little help. Camera. Put that in because it's kind of crazy sharp already. And stand by. I'll be right back with this rebent.
Do I really look like a guy with a plan?
We are back. I think I've got this about right. I soak those little screws in a little bit of alcohol so all of the old Loctite can go away. And let's do a little test fitting. Yeah, that'll work. I like it. Looks like it should be good. I'm gonna, yeah, perfect. This is a gigantic bow there, but I guess that's how it's designed. Wow, that's still dirty. Okay, so that one's done. Now I'm gonna guess. Let's see if we can get the centering cured. That's pretty good right there. Let's see, is the action still happy? Nope, way too tight.
That was pretty good, Beavis. You suck almost as much as this dude.
Action's happy. Tiny bit of blade play. Well, Looks like there's just going to be a little bit of side-to-side blade play. I don't like that, but fire's nice. Centering is pretty on. I'll take it. What I had to do to tip, let's see how I can show this. See if I can get this on with a camera. It's probably not going to show well. It was a bit of a trial and error process, and I just went really, really slow. Because what I'm guessing happened is he said it fell and struck onto, I can't remember if it's concrete or asphalt or whatever, but it hit and chipped it, and there was some damage right here, and it didn't do any favors. It didn't do any favors for the tip, just didn't do any favors for the knife, period. I've got it as good as what I feel I can get it. The tip isn't amazing, but it's not bad. I'll take it. These are our first cuts, and it would cut, but it just would not grab the way it needed to. Once it was in, it would cut. It just, yeah, it had issues. So let's see here. All right, we're sharp. Let's wipe our old cuts off the paper because we don't want them there anymore, because that's ancient history. That's gone now. This is the new and improved knife. Are we mirrored? No, it's shiny. I mean, a lot of people might consider that mirrory, but for a blade that's this used, it's really tough to work all those scratches out. More so when I had to do the amount of reprofiling I did. It'd be a process. It really, truly would. I'd like to have gotten it a little sharper. I had to lift the bevel a little higher than I wanted to, just to kind of make everything get along and to try to recapture a point on it. And there was a little more work involved in this one than I guess I initially thought, but that's kind of always the case.
You're old.
Yeah, and you suck, 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 suck.
Rarely ever is it simple, easy, nothing goes weird, nothing goes wrong. There's always hiccups. It happens. That's kind of what makes it fun. It's a bit of a puzzle to figure out. Camera?
Kaboom.
You're provoking me. No. So, we have a very sharp Benchmade. Pocket clip's fixed. Tip is, I'm going to call it fixed. It's not the most perfect, but again, it's a used knife, so I'll allow it. It's clean, it's functional, it's sharp.
But the most important thing, it will kill.
And it is going back to the owner. And who knows? Maybe, just maybe, it could one day save you. That's the cool thing about this. So, y'all take care of yourselves, take care of each other. If you haven't got your free caffeine, little thing down there, put it in there. 5 cents for a 4 sample pack. Hey, who can say no to free caffeine? Who are those weird people that don't drink it? I don't know. It ain't me. I have a problem. I'm good with it. If that's the worst of my vices these days, I consider that a victory. So, Merry Christmas. Depending upon when I put this out. Who knows? Bye.